Sam Presti had his end of season press conference today, and there were some questions that we're definitely going to cover with his answers, what he had to say about certain situations going on with the team. But there's one thing he answered, one question, and it was pertaining to Gordon Hayward, and he had some shade and some shots to fire back about Gordon Hayward and his time with the Thunder. What up? It's Bryson Akins here with another Thunder Digest video for you guys today. Before we get all this, though, I just want to take a moment, recognize at the time recording this, we're at 898 subscribers. We could hit that 900 mark before I started recording this today, but like I've mentioned before, trying to hit 1,000 by the end of the month. So if you guys enjoy the content and you find yourself coming back, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel and stay up to date when a new video drops. And without further ado, we will get into what I mean by Sam Presti threw some shade back at Gordon Hayward. And you might read this a different way. I read it as shade. I read it as, you aren't as good as I thought you were. I thought you were better. You're supposed to be better than this. And it's this comment right here. Now, there are some context clues we're missing, but these cover the main points of what he said. Sam Presti on the Gordon Hayward trade. I missed on that. That's on me. But I'm learning. I'm trying to learn this team, just trying to be a great observer of this team as it's going through its paces. I don't think I read that one perfect. And being honest, he didn't. I think everyone didn't read that perfectly. I think everyone in the NBA world was considering the Thunder as contenders after getting Hayward because they were thinking of this guy back in Utah and having his resurgence in Charlotte, having to be this main guy for that team. Everyone was thinking of that Gordon Hayward, not a Gordon Hayward that is coming off the bench. Not this Gordon Hayward that is for some reason to be afraid to take shots. Everyone was like, oh, where is the Charlotte Gordon Hayward? Well, when you look at the stats, especially from the season when he was traded, like before he went to the Thunder, well, he's doing there. He was a starter, 32 minutes a game, only taking under 12 shots, though, right at 11.9 per game on that average, 2.4 3-pointers, 14.5 points per game. Sure, he's shooting the ball efficiently, almost making half his shots. The problem is, this isn't the Gordon Hayward we wanted. We wanted this Gordon Hayward that's not afraid to shoot the ball, and that's what we got. We got a Gordon Hayward that's taking 4 shots a game on 17 and a half, or almost 17 and a half minutes of play there, just at over 17. That's less than a shot every 4 minutes he's on the court. Less than a shot. He's not there, and not to mention there are open, wide open opportunities that he has that he's not taking advantage of. That's what it was. He wasn't taking advantage of those opportunities. And so when he said, I wasn't given this opportunity to show what I'm truly capable of, when you look at here, 4.1 shots a game on 17 minutes of play, not going to cut it. 1-3 a game, not going to cut it. Sure, he's efficient, but we don't need an efficient 5.3 points per game. We don't need this guy that's, going to make 2 of his 4 shots he takes the entire game. No. We needed this guy that's going to come off the bench and be our spark plug and scorer who's going to take 8 shots off the bench and who doesn't care if he's going to miss a few of those. That's what we needed, and for some reason, he didn't bring that to the table. And everyone thought, this isn't the normal Gordon Hayward. Well, you look at the Charlotte time, and yes, that was the normal Gordon Hayward this season. This season, that is. Maybe he'll go on and have a resurgence once again, have a good little run towards the end of his career with a team like the Pacers or the Wizards, a team like, one of those two teams, somewhere along those lines, rebuilding the team that needs someone to draw some fans in there. Now, I'm kind of throwing shade at that by saying he's just, a guy that you go and watch, to help ticket sales. But maybe is a serviceable guy for those teams. But for us, he wasn't. And Sam Presti even said that and said, you know what? You're not as good as I thought you were. Sorry, my bad. I misread you. And so that's where I kind of think of where the shade was thrown. But the truth about the Gordon Hayward trade might have been revealed at this quote that he had. Sam Presti on the Gordon Hayward trade mentions that not only was it to get Hayward and a couple other veterans on the team, but we also cleared roster spots for the summer and salary room. So that alone shows that there might be a little clearer plan for the Thunder that everyone didn't really realize was coming to the table. So that's kind of showing to me that we're really going to focus on getting some guy in free agency, some big name guy that can definitely help us out. Because we know that's what we need. We know that's what we need, especially when you look at it, how much we're going to have available in just $33 million from that Gordon Hayward contract being gone. And then When you combine the other two that are going to be gone, 34 million, maybe 35. My math, I didn't do the math. It could be closer to 35. Then there are a bunch of team options we're going to hand out. That alone, that's going to give us a ton of room to kind of play around with, because there are a bunch of good guys that we can get for anywhere from 20 to 25 million dollars that we've already talked about, along with good budget bench options for anywhere from $2 to $5 million per year. When you look at it first, when you look at the forwards, there's a big name on that list that we're not going to get. I already know it. If he declines his player option, we're not going to get him. It's LeBron James. I know we're not getting him. Okay, he's not coming to OKC. He's not. He isn't. It would be great if he did. He's not going to come here though. We don't have enough to offer him. Then you'll have other guys that I don't think we should go after. Tobias Harris, Gordon Hayward, DeMar DeRozan. Those are kind of guys I'm like, I don't really like us going after them. Then there are a few other guys that look at her. I'm like, okay, Pascal Siakam. That's one that intrigues me with this cap space that we have from. I don't want to call him the bum, but he didn't really do anything for us. But Gordon Hayward, we have that space to kind of offer Pascal Siakam. However, that'd be the only thing we do with free agency. Then you have OG, who has a player option, and if he declines that, he's on the table, and I think we can get him from 20 to 25 million right there. And a bunch of other kind of budget guys down the list that, aren't as good as all the other options. But off the bench, Kyle Anderson, I wouldn't mind that. He's a solid player. He's solid off the bench. Then you have the centers here. Guys we've already talked about. Jonas Valanciunas. I think I said the name right there. You guys can go and correct me because I always get them wrong. Claxton, Hartenstein, guys that demand anywhere from 20 to 25 million dollars per year that we definitely have to offer. I feel like Claxton's going to be our top priority in free agency to go after and absolutely acquire there. Then you have other guys that if the team doesn't extend them or they decline their player options, that we could also go after and get. I'm high on Wagner. I think he's a great player, and it'd be interesting to see if the team doesn't extend him. If they don't take that extension with him and they kind of rescind it, they take back their rights there, well, that could be someone that we could go after and potentially get, because I'm also high on him because I don't want to say he's the poor man's Lauri Markkanen, but I believe he's close to that. When I look at him, that's kind of what I see. And to be a budget option for us without having to trade away guys to go get Lauri Markkanen on his last year of his contract. Then you have a bunch of other budget guys that are veterans coming off the bench that would be huge for us, that fix these problems in size and rebounding and defense, such as Plumlee, Drummond, DeAndre Jordan, Alex Len, and Tristan Thompson. Guys who are past their prime, but they'd be good for us come playoff time with their veteran leadership. With, being honest, they'd only get anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes a game. But their size coming off the bench, because right now we don't have any off the bench, pairing them with J. Will, who is a great defensive player. He's smart when it comes to defense. He's one of the smartest minds in those regards. It'd be great to pair him with him, because then it actually allows us a rim protector and secures our rebounding just a little bit more, especially if we go get a guy, when you look at this list, like Claxton or Hartenstein, to add into the starting lineup. And when you think about that, our starting lineup, if we're saying one of those situations pans out, it would be Dort, SGA, Dub, Chet, and then one of those centers that we could get that can kind of play that, traditional 4 spot for us, allows Chet to kind of, actually, it'd probably move Chet to the 4 spot, and they would play the center position down low. They just interchange. Chet would still do jump ball because he'd be able to get up higher just because of the height he has. And then you have the bench being Josh Giddey, Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, J. Will, and then also you could go 11 deep if you really want to, or if someone's just having an off night, or if what the matchups would be. Example, if we lose Aaron Wiggins or Isaiah Joe for some reason, because injuries do happen, you have a big guy like one of those to help us out there. You do. But I'm interested what you guys think. And also, go ahead and let me know, because I think it was shade being thrown at Gordon Hayward. At the beginning of the video, when I was talking about that, what Sam Presti said, I think that was shade and shots being fired back towards Gordon Hayward. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.